project and to the chapters as to what projects were funded and how much they were funded. Just because a project doesn't get funded doesn't mean that it's a good project, and I usually ask people to continually just submit that project next year or let me keep knowing, because sometimes throughout the year money comes available and I'll reach out to the individuals, the agencies that submitted a project and say, look, I got $4,000, what can you do with it? You know, so we'll do things that way. RGS can pay directly for work being done for vendors, and some of you folks, we've worked together in the past with drummer fund projects, and to me that's a little bit of the beauty of having a Ruffed Grouse Society funded, partially funded anyhow project. I just need an invoice sent, and then we can request a check, and that vendor, whether he's cutting some brush, doing some mulching work, purchasing some seedlings from nurseries, diesel fuel, chain oil for a chainsaw, bar and chain oil things, we can fund those things directly. We can purchase them either directly and have them shipped to wherever they need to be shipped, or you send me an invoice, you take care of who you want to get things from, and it eliminates some of the bidding process that some agencies have to go through. You have somebody that you really want to have the work done, sometimes we can do it that way. And money doesn't get lost if it gets sent to state agencies or federal agencies. Sometimes it gets very tied up in those situations, so we can keep it in-house. Enough on drummer funds. If you have any other questions about the drummer funds, we'll announce the funded projects in Maryland probably in the next week or so. But I think I put on the 15th, that would been people will know what gets funded, what doesn't get funded, and for how much. So drop me a line or talk to me here today if you need some more information on our drummer funds. It's very easy to work with. Moving on to a project that is supported by the Backbone Mountain chapter in Oakland. I'm just going to talk briefly about it. It's Jennings-Randolph Lake. It's Army Corps property. It's in West Virginia and in Maryland. Currently, there's 3 commercial timber sales that average probably 42 acres in size that are scheduled to be cut. We had 1 cut last year, and this year we're trying to get, we tried to get 2 cut, but with personnel and those sorts of difficulties, we couldn't get myself and the silviculturist down there together to work in a stand and get the stand marked. As a result, the Army Corps of Engineers said, why don't you guys take care of the forester? So presently we're looking to hire a forester to run a timber sale on Jennings-Randolph from start to finish. RGS personnel, I don't have the time to handle the whole sales from a start to finish point, so we'll take state drummer funds that they have been allocated in the last couple of years, and that'll be what we utilize for to hire a consulting forester. I've gotten a few recommendations from people in the room here, and that's one of the big things about being in touch with our members and our local agency folks is they can give me some very good I live up in northwestern PA. I know a little bit down here and a few folks down here, but we can reach out and ask some folks in the room here for who's done work for you on other projects and that kind of a thing, and get some good names. So we'd like to keep the work as local as possible. The chapter itself, once those cuts have been done, the profits from those cuts stay at Jennings-Randolph Lake, and we can utilize those funds to in turn put more habitat on the ground, whether it's with the direction of the chapter. They wanted to plant some different fruit-bearing shrubs and also some seed during the reclamation, some more wildlife-friendly seed during timber reclamation. So that's where the chapter is really getting involved, and it's a great relationship between the Army Corps and that local chapter. I'm done, Dave. And if we could have Ken. Ken wants to come up next. Can he? Because he's got to go.
Ken has to go somewhere. He's farther down the list on the